It is the turn on the Southwest. The Southwest has never been president before.
But we've had Olusegun Obasanjo.
No. Olusegun Obasanjo is an Igbo man. He came from Anambra State. His father is an Igbo man.
Do you have evidence to this, sir?
My friend, it is he who should come out and say, no, he's not an Igbo man. Everybody knows that it's not a hidden fact. His father became the Obi of Onitsha.
Nigeria, some people will tell you that Nigeria is finished. Honestly, I'm even speechless. The way Nigeria has turned to, the way I don't understand. They will tell you that Tinubu said he's going to continue from where Buhari stops. The question is that if somebody has done something wrong, does it mean you have to go in line with what that person has done? Because now they are saying it is Yoruba's turn and all of that. We are hearing stories here and there and what have you. Of course, this issue of Obasanjo being an Igbo man has been lingering for a very, 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 very long time. And most of the time, the Yorubas are always try to disassociate themselves from Obasanjo because they believe that Obasanjo didn't come as a Yoruba president. They did not even vote him. They always say that the military puts him there, and they will tell you that he didn't favor Yoruba people while he was in office, so they didn't recognize him as a president, just like the interviewer was asking the man. And also, when you talk about tribalism, and one thing I have found out is that those who do a particular thing or who are involved or engaged in one thing or the other, they are the ones engaged in that, but they will not put it before you. The same way they are telling Obi is a religious bigot and all of that. But somebody who chose Muslim tickets for where they won't accuse the person. They will begin to tell you that the person is competent. It is not by that, which we all know. When El-Rufai came out and said, the insinuations and the rumors out there that the Muslim ticket was for the jihad and all of that, of course, we had some northern clerics who came out that vote for Tinubu because he's going to consolidate or solidify the jihadist movement in Nigeria. How many of them came out to say anything? But the speech, the conversation of Peter Obi and this man, Bishop Oyedepo, that is what they are going about. That is what they are carrying about. The question I'm asking, now there was a audio leak of Obasanjo with Charlie Boy and Donald Duke. I'm always asking, why is it that it's only Peter Obi's voice that the Labour Party that they are always going after? Because it's not even when you talk about Labour Party, like the likes of Apapa. You know that Apapa, you know where he belongs to. This same Tinubu is the one who is causing this problem. If you don't have any link with somebody, it will be difficult for you to go in the line of that person. When they talk about Buhari did this, of course, Tinubu said he's going to continue from where Buhari starts because that is what he believes in. This tribalism, they are the ones involved in tribalism. They are the ones involved in thuggery. They are the ones involved in fake and fraudulent acts. Somebody who does not have a good record, as far as the whole world is concerned. Tinubu does not have good record, but they will come back. You can imagine this man has disgraced himself. He has degraded himself. This professor that calls himself Showole Abi Shoyenka. See the way he's going about this whole thing. The thing has really eaten deep on their head. When people say, oh, Yorubas are like this, Yorubas are like this, that does not mean that all Yorubas are like that. But it's like 90% of them. And of course, if they tell you that somebody is brilliant and somebody scores 90% or 92%, that does not mean that the person got all the marks. But because the person got 90-something%, so of course you say you can agree to the fact that yes, this person is really brilliant. You can't say because the person failed 2 marks or didn't get but just lost 3 marks. Then of course you're going to say the person is brilliant. You can't say the person is not brilliant. So that is exactly what happens when most times when people try to generalize, which people always say, oh, it is not good to generalize. But when you see a majority of people doing the same thing, there's bound to generalize. So you see all this, majority of these Yoruba people, majority of them, if not 95%, they are so tribalistic. It is evident. I don't understand. When I hear people that people say that they are educated, because me, I've seen a majority of them. I know majority are always like, they are educated. How? How? Of course, it's evidence now. When you see professor, when you see monarchs, when you see most of the this thing and all of that, saying all this kind of a thing, you begin to wonder, so what are we talking about? When you talk about tribalism, it is embedded in them. This is what we are getting. They will come out boldly and say, how do you expect me to vote for a non-Yoruba? And in the other side, it has never happened. But they will still turn around again. The same thing that the Fulanis and the Northerners were doing. They can come out and say anything in whatever form they deem it fit. But if other people even say something that is not even up to what they have said, they will now begin to capitalize on that. They will begin to look for law. They will begin to look for constitution and all of that. But they can say anything. See, this propaganda, they are thinking that they are so good in it. They are just learning because the whole thing has changed. When they tell you that, oh, the Southwest, they know how to, to do propaganda. The propaganda of other people now, you don't even need the TV stations. You don't need, thank God for internet. They will help you to promote your propaganda. And that is the reason why they are so upset, because their way of propaganda, sending propaganda out there, it's old school now. Again, this man is saying Obasanjo is an Igbo man. I don't understand where this whole thing is coming from. Is an Igbo man, really? Well, I think the rave of the moment is the statements or the action of Obasanjo when he was telling the monarchs to get up, because in that video, what Obasanjo said is different from what he acted on. Because I was surprised. I don't know whether he mixed the whole thing together, where people are now crying that oh, he degraded he downgraded the so-called Yoruba monarchs. Of course, that was what happened. But he was saying something else, he was acting on something different, which of course is really, really offensive. But his message is, I don't understand his message as well, and that is what they are capitalizing on. Of course, they are calling him to order, which is their right to do. But one thing is that saying Obasanjo is an Igbo man, they say his father. We have been reading all these things. We thought maybe all this somebody will just come and be writing, but at least we can see from that video what they really meant by that. And Obasanjo has not even said anything concerning that. But whether he's an Igbo man or he's not an Igbo man, what has that got to do? And you can imagine FFK coming out to tell us that Obasanjo exhibited the character of Obi, which I don't understand. It's a different ballgame entirely. Like I said from the beginning, we are in a big mess in this country because nobody is even talking about how this country is going to move forward. You can imagine that Tinubu has even finished, scattered everything. They told us that they are not going to be borrowing money, but see the rate of debt now. They will tell you that we are still in the threshold of still borrowing money. Who does that? So I wouldn't want to say much. Let's hear your opinion concerning all that's have been happening.